Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry for being MIA for so long, but I was down with COVID-19 and I had absolutely no energy in me to create any videos. But now that I feel up to it and I feel excited about starting work again, the first thing I did is put on some makeup and came here to record this video. My intention of recording this video is that I want to share my journey. I want to share the things that I did, the routine that I followed that helped me recover. And I hope and I pray that if you're watching this video and if you or anybody around you is down with COVID, I hope that I'm able to help you or make a difference even slightly. So let's get started. So, a quick background about how I got coronavirus. Though I was double masking, though I was sanitizing my hand, and I was following social distancing, I did step out of the house to buy grocery. And I'm not sure if it was the grocery store or it was the transport that I took, but it was somewhere between that time that I got it. And coincidentally, the next day I had to even travel for my brother-in-law's wedding. And close would be an understatement because he's my brother-in-law and it's family, and there was no way that I could have avoided it, or I wanted to avoid it even. So, with all the precautions, I traveled, and the minute I entered home in Shimla, I developed fever. And whenever I do go to Shimla, because Shimla is very, very cold, I normally tend to get a fever and a cold because of the change of temperature because I was traveling from Gurgaon. However, this time the fever was higher than normal. I had a headache, and the minute that happened, I immediately told my in laws and I told my husband that I need a separate room and I need to get isolated. Everybody has to stay away from me. We cannot take a chance. And I was isolated for about 3 days, and the symptoms kept increasing. Um, I think so. So initially, everybody thought that was just a regular flu. So I took my paracetamol. I took a Disprin for the headache, and but I was still isolating myself just to be safe. And it was 3 days, 4 days, and on the fourth day, I started experiencing the loss of smell and taste, which is when I kind of started freaking out because this is not a normal cold. This does not happen. And the minute that started happening, I told my husband that we need to get tested. I need to get tested. And him, of course, because he was the one who was helping me, taking care of me, getting me food and everything. So, precautionary, it was always better for him to get tested as well. But since he did not have symptoms and anybody else did not have symptoms, and the wedding was 2 days away, I did not want to create any kind of um, trouble for my family, or I did not want to get quarantined in that house because then the entire event would get cancelled. And I thought it was a little unfair or would be selfish on my part to do that. So I called up dad, who was in Gurgaon. He came in the car and got me back to Gurgaon. And luckily, fortunately, to my room, there is an attached bathroom. I have a separate bathroom here, and there is a back entrance as well. So the minute I reached here, I came into my room, and there was somebody here. Dad had arranged for a test as well. So I got myself tested, and the result came in about 4 days because we all know the situation in Delhi and Gurgaon. It's very, very sad. At the same time, it's very troublesome because um, I feel like, so I had got tested a couple of months earlier as well, and the test took about 1.5 day to come, and this time it was over 4 days. Anyway, so I started my medication. I consulted my doctor, and as the days progressed, so from day 1 to day 6 were the worst days of my COVID-19 period. I had headache, I had dizziness. I There was a time when I was just sitting on my bed and I was eating food, and I I went like that. Like I literally fell on my food, and it was so scary because I had no energy to even sit on my bed and eat food. And then there was loss of smell and loss of taste, which was scary because I enjoy eating my food so much. And when that happened, I just started sort of freaking out. So as the days progressed, my symptoms kept increasing. Some days I would have something, some days I wouldn't. But I feel like one thing that really helped me recover from this whole virus, monstrous virus as they're calling it, is steaming. I mean, you guys can see that I still have the steamer in my room. I'm still keeping myself very isolated in my room. Whenever I go out into the living room or drawing room for food or refilling my water bottles, I always double mask. I always wear gloves, and I'm still maintaining social distance because I have elders in the family who are in the same house, and it's my responsibility to make sure that nobody else is affected. I feel like it was a great decision for me to come back here, and my in-laws are safe, my husband is safe, everybody's safe there, and I'm here. Luckily, my parents are safe, so I feel very blessed and grateful. Now, a couple of things that I did during this time, okay? So, every day, so the first 4 5 days, I had no idea what was happening. Even the travel from Shimla to Gurgaon in Papa's car, it's a blur to me. Like, I was just sleeping. I was on painkillers, I was on my medication. I don't even remember when and how I came. I somehow managed to climb up the stairs to my room, and then I was just sleeping even for the next 2 3 days. But then, as I started recovering, I realized that I need it's only me who can push myself. I need to push myself harder. I need to talk to myself. I need to follow the mind over body rule and really fight it out. So that's when I started YouTubing very light yoga. So I started doing yoga, I started doing deep breathing. And yoga was something that I never really found myself interested in because I'm more of like a high energy aerobics and dance and sports kind of a person. But I feel so elevated right now, even though I am still weak in comparison to my normal self. I feel elevated at a lot of levels. I started coloring mandalas during my time. I watched my favorite shows. I read my favorite books. Uh, Friends, my favorite show, Friends, got me through COVID. Meditation, yoga, and deep breathing, steaming, gargling. I cannot stress enough how important it is for one to steam. And when I felt like my smell was sort of coming back, I put a couple of drops of eucalyptus oil in the steamer and I would steam, and that would make me feel so good. I did everything that I always wanted to do with my room. I started writing affirmations and I stuck it on these lights. I have two of my favorite fragrances in my room. I started reconnecting with my tarot cards and I felt amazing. I meditated, I connected with my angels, and I feel spiritually very, very elevated than I had felt earlier. So there has been a positive change as well. Now so I've completed 14 days. I'm on my 18th or the 19th day right now, and I still feel like my taste buds are a little skewed. They're not 100% back. A couple of days ago, when I recovered, I had my favorite brownie, and this brownie would just instantly make me happy, like when I would be normal. But this time, it tasted completely salty, and I was like, how can a brownie taste salty? Anyway, I'm blabbering. So yeah, like my taste buds are still skewed. I'm eating light food, I'm eating mild food, and I'm hydrating. Guys, hydration is extremely important. You have to hydrate. I would normally drink 3 to 4 liters, and now it's increased to 6 liters. So I have two of my bottles. Oh, this is my other bottle. I measure this, and I have at least 5 or 6 of these in a day. And this is when I'm counting. Otherwise, I feel like it goes beyond that. So the minute I wake up in the morning, I had 1.5 bottle of this, which is 1.5 liter. And I feel like that has also helped me recover because hydration is extremely important. So one of the things that I felt last night was I was drinking water and I kept on drinking, but my throat was still so dry. It was as dry as like a cloth. Like I would so I don't know if any of you have experienced or you know somebody who's experienced this, but like my throat got so dry, I started panicking again. I was like, what is happening? So I kept on drinking water, but then it just wouldn't go away. So eventually I had to distract my mind because I knew that my body had water. I was hydrating myself. But so anyway, to distract myself, I again started watching a new show that I started. And then I fell asleep. And in the morning, I woke up and I was absolutely fine. I, in fact, had so much energy that I put on makeup and set my hair, and I'm here recording this video. So I feel great. There are days where there is sort of like a relapse. There is a headache. It's difficult for me to get up from the bed. And upon consulting the doctor said it's going to take about a month's time at least for me to completely, get back to how it was earlier. But now I've taken the next level of yoga. I'm stretching myself further. I've started like going out for walks with my dog, and so I'm like trying to spruce myself up, and I think that's the way to go right now. That you have to be able to talk to your mind. My mom always says the brain has no brain. So if your brain is telling you that you're sick, you're unwell, and if this is not working out for you, that's how your body is going to feel. You need to talk to your brain and you need to tell your brain that, listen, shut up, I've got this. And I think that kind of willpower is something that really helped me fight and really helped me recover. I feel like, guys, all of us can talk to our brain, can talk to our mind, and actually change the way we feel in seconds. If not in seconds, definitely in minutes. And it's all in your hands to make that happen. And I feel like I lived that shift. I lived that feeling, and it feels great. So yeah, so my typical routine would be get up in the morning, of course, freshen up, go to the washroom, splash some, not cold water right now, splash some water on your face, wake up, come back, read the affirmations. So I wrote down affirmations for myself. I keep repeating them and I keep reading them. And I do my yoga, I do my meditation, I connect with my angels every morning. And before sleeping, I always have a gratitude prayer that I do. Thankful for everything that is around me. Thankful for my oxygen levels right now. Thankful for my grandparents being safe and with me. Thankful for the food that I'm getting at home. I'm thankful for the pillow that I have that I sleep on. I'm thankful for the fact that I have a bed to sleep on. I'm thankful that both my families are safe and well. So there is so much to be grateful for. There is so much to be thankful for, and I think that this is what really got me through the whole COVID-19 time that I was quarantined in. So yes, guys, this was my story. These were my last 20 days, and I feel like I still have a month to go at least. So I am going to be taking care of myself. I am going to be deep breathing. I'm going to be doing yoga. I'm going to be meditating. I'm going to be taking care of myself. And I send all of you good wishes, and I pray that the situation in India and everywhere else gets better. Guys, please double mask. Please sanitize. Please wash your hands, and take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Sending all of you healing prayers out there. Take care.